Hi guys, so sorry I haven't uploaded in a few days. I was taking a little break, but I'm going to read Marvel Knights 4 number 3. So this was published in May of 2004. So Marvel Knights 4 by Roberto Aguirre Sacasa, Steve McNiven, and Mark Morales. Wolf at the Door, Part 3. They are New York City's most famous family, the Fantastic Four. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. His wife, Sue, the Invisible Woman. Her younger brother, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. And their friend, Ben Grimm, the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. Together with Franklin and Valeria, Reed and Sue's children, they lead the kind of lives most New Yorkers would kill for. Lives of fame, wealth, and superpowers. Until recently, that is. Previously in 4. Having lost their funding, their fortune, and, most disastrously, their home in the world-famous Baxter Building, the Fantastic Four have had to rethink their priorities big time. Sue, for instance, has begun to teach at a posh school on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. Ben, for better or for worse, has started to work in construction. Johnny, meantime, has been too busy breaking up with his supermodel girlfriend, Courtney, to do much of anything. And Reed, arguably the most brilliant man on the planet, has been trapped in a state of emotional and intellectual paralysis, ignoring his duties as husband, father, and team leader. Topping it all off, it looks like the FF will have to relocate to the squalid Hotel Cheshire in Washington Heights. When it rains, it pours. Wolf at the Door, Part 3 of 4. Ben Grimm, the Thing. Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. Susan Richards, the Invisible Woman. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Writer, Roberto Aguirre Sacasa. Penciler, Steve McNiven. Inker, Mark Morales. Colorist, Maury Hollowell. Letterer, Virtual Calligraphies, Randy Gentile. Cover artist, Steve McNiven. Editor, Warren Simmons. Supervising editor, Axel Alonso. Editor-in-chief, Joe Quesada. Publisher, Dan Buckley.
It's windy in the world's greatest city today. After 3 months of oppressive heat, though, the winds are a balm, signaling, finally, a change in the seasons. A source of relief and comfort.
Big burn wind!
For most people.
Grab that blasted! Can anybody? Sorry about the letter, Mrs. Richards. Tricky thing got away from me. It's this wind.
Willie Lumpkin, I've been meaning to ask you about having our mail forwarded. Do you have a sec?
Mrs. You're really moving? That case, I suppose I better have a second.
Great, Willie. Let me load these boxes on our truck, and then we'll go inside.
Sue, this lamp, keep her pitch.
It's from Sharper Image. Maybe the Salvation Army will take it? What about these extra costumes? Should I... The Smithsonian's curating an exhibit about us for the Air and Space Museum. We'll give them the uniforms. We're putting some of Reed's equipment in storage, but most of it we're auctioning off. His inventions, his machinery, some of his patents. We'll use whatever money we make from their sale to help the families of all the people we had to lay off.
But, Mrs. What about your family? What will you do?
What we always do, Willie. We'll survive. I've already taken a job teaching English.
Well, that's alright, I guess, but, don't you need money and all those futuristic, high-tech, whatchamacalls to fight the good fight? Don't all you superhero types gotta be rich as Midas?
These last few days, I've been thinking a lot about Jody Williams. You know who she is?
Can't say I do, no.
Coffee?
Please. Especially if this is gonna be the last pot you ever brew in the Baxter building.
Jody Williams, Willie, had a younger brother who was disabled. When they were children, other kids tormented him on the playground. But she, Jody, protected him.
God bless her.
She grew up to be an activist, with almost no support, with almost no money. With one fax machine, Jody did more to campaign against the use of landmines than anyone else. She won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1997, this housewife. You don't need a fortune to do good. You don't have to travel the galaxy to fight injustice. What's happening to us isn't a tragedy, Willie. It's an opportunity.
I suppose. Sure will miss you, though.
Oh, Willie. We're moving to Washington Heights, not the negative zone.
You'll keep in touch, Mrs. R. And call if you ever need help. Like that time I saved you from the Thinker.
Of course we will. Sue, I'm sorry. I know all I do is interrupt you with bad news. But Johnny and Ben, they're killing each other. Well, of course they are, Alicia. For God's sake, this morning they were best friends. Now they're...
Not your brother, not your dad, not your dear Uncle Fester. I'm the guy who got turned into a big bad piece of rock. The bruiser who ain't afraid to rearrange your pretty boy mug when you do something boneheaded.
I didn't think.
Story of life, you never think. Those Sopranos DVDs, you gave away were mine.
Get off me. I said I was...
My God, they're like an earthquake. Headed right for the armory.
This is called a neural impactor, Benji. They hurt. A lot. Want to see?
Come on, come on. I know they're in there, but it's locked. They must have crashed through a wall on the other side. Why are they doing this? Why are they fighting?
They're not fighting. They're coping. You know Johnny and Ben. Whenever something bad happens, their first response is, let's hit somebody. But this time, there's no one to hit. No insane supervillain. No deformed madman. No egomaniacal despot.
So instead they're pulverizing each other? And you think we should let them?
Basically. Awful as it sounds in there. They won't really hurt themselves. I don't think. Trust me. They'll exhaust themselves and then they'll finish packing. What?
You shaved.
I know. I have some appointments this afternoon. But I promise you, Sue, I won't let you down again. No matter what happens today. I'll be picking Franklin up from school at 3:15 sharp.
Excuse me. Aren't you Mr. Fantastic in the Fantastic Four?
I am, yes.
I thought that was you. Hard to tell, of course, since you're not wearing your blue sweatshirt. You know, from the back, you look like George Clooney. You get that much?
I know my wife wishes I looked more like.
This your first time at the unemployment office?
It is, yes.
Lucky. Feels like I've been standing in this line for... 6 months ago, I was making $300,000 a year working for a digital media company. These days, I can't get a job full in khakis at the Gap, pouring coffee at a Starbucks.
I'm sorry.
For what? You're the same as me now.
Next! Hello, I was hoping... Actually, we're only open till 3 on Thursday, so... Wait, but... I'm sorry, sir, you'll have to come back to... Morrow. Hold up now. I recognize that gray hair from the pictures in my People magazine. You're Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Yes.
I knew it! You don't remember me. There's no way you would. But you saved my life once. I was on an Amtrak train that derailed. You and your family pulled me from the wreckage. Took me to the hospital in a flying car.
Oh, well, it was our pleasure, ma'am.
Now, like I said, technically, we're supposed to be shutting down. But let me see what I can do. You're a science whiz, right? A genius? Good with your hands, too?
Yes, but I'll do anything. I just want to be working.
Ben, you got a minute? Sure, mate. What's up?
Can you, take a break?
Well, I mean, I gotta make up for being late. Sorry about that, by the way. I was getting pasted by a neural impactor. I got a lot of work to do. Yeah, that's actually what I want to talk to you about. Me and the other guys have been discussing, and... You work too hard, Ben. Excuse me? You're like a machine. Even cranking it up double time, we can't keep up with you. What are you saying, Matt? Projects that would take us days now only take hours. Me and the other guys, we were talking, and you're working us out of jobs, Ben. It's not that we're bad. It's that you're too good. Well, ain't this a revolting development? What do you want me to do? You want me to quit? No, just slow it down some. The less time it takes us to finish a job because of you, the less time we spend working. The less time we spend working, the less money we make. We know why you're doing this. We know you're trying to help your family, but Ben, we all got families.
On the corner of 42nd and Madison, on his way back to the Baxter Building from Ray's Pizza, Johnny Storm is having an epiphany, which, incidentally, has nothing to do with his ringing cell phone.
Hello? Johnny, baby, pussycat, sweetheart. Have I got terrific news for you? Howard, I wasn't even sure you were still my agent. Such a kidder, that's what I love about you. No, seriously, Fox called. They're starting a new reality TV series. Who wants to marry a superhero? They called. They want you. Me? Yeah, well, you and a couple of other guys. Moon Knight, Darkhawk. Who? Listen, it's acting. Sorta. It's steady work until you get voted off the show. The money's decent. I don't think so, Howard. I mean, I appreciate it, but I think I'm gonna try something else. I'll call you if I change my mind, though. It says FDNY on the poster.
Of all the Baxter Building's marvels,
This one's my favorite. The saltwater swimming pool on the 39th floor. Johnny's getting pizza for everyone who's helping us move. I should be eating with them, showing my appreciation. But after today, once Franklin was born, and I stopped using it as often, Reed wondered why I bothered to keep the pool filled. I couldn't tell him that it was because it reminded me of high school, when I was captain of the girls' varsity swim team. College, before I fell in love with him, when he was just a graduate student with graying hair. A time when universe-spanning threats were other people's concern, and all I wanted to be was a movie star, the only woman allowed in the clubhouse. I couldn't tell Reed that this was where I went whenever I wanted to be truly invisible. Of course, that was when we were just starting out, when it felt that there were whole oceans of possibility open to me, back when the world was a kinder place.
Trust me, you don't want to be doing this.
So something ain't right.
Shoot him, Mitch. Just shoot him and let's go.
I wouldn't, if I were you. You don't recognize me, but believe me, you and your accomplices are making a terrible mistake. I know everyone says that. I know it's a cliche. But in this case, it's true. I just stopped in to check my balance. I had to pick up my son.
Shut up!
You gentlemen are lucky I absorbed those bullets. If I'd made my body denser, they would have bounced off me and you might have gotten hurt.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! No, this is a bad idea. I knew it.
Or, should I say, more hurt than you're going to be.
You're late, Dad.
A little bit, yes.
Again.
I know, son. Did you call your mom? Or tell your teachers?
Nope.
You didn't?
'Cause the last time I told them you were late, all that happened was that Mommy got sad.
And angry. Thank you, son.
I brought my wagon to school.
I see.
'Cause I wanted to show my friend what my favorite birthday gift this year was.
Franklin.
How come you were late, Dad?
I was helping some people, and I got a job today, Franklin.
Really?
Yes. Working at a big law firm. I'm going to be helping them with their computer network, their computer systems. I know it's not what you're used to me doing, but...
It's a real job? With, like, an office? Like regular people?
Yes.
Cool.
You should get going, champ. We've still got a lot of packing to do before the end of the day.
What none of them could do. Not the puppet master, not the mole man, not even Victor.
What's this?
Take our home from us. I know it's just stealing concrete. I know he didn't have any choice. But still.
Come on, Matchstick. Let's wait in the truck.
What are you thinking, Sue?
I'm thinking... Are we gonna be okay? How will this change us?
Susan, we traveled to the stars and flew through a storm of cosmic energy. We became something more than human. But we were still the same people. We still are. You want to know how this will change us? It'll make us better. The way you make me better.
It's getting cold, baby. Let's go, alright?
In New York, the world's greatest city, it's twilight, and chill winds blow through the gathering dark, signaling, at long last, change.
To be continued. So I hope you guys enjoyed that comic. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. If you have any requests you want me to do, just let me know in the comments, and I'll tell you when I can do the request. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.